Hey guys, and welcome back to TellerTube. Today on r/Entitled Parents, I have a few stories that I think you'll guys enjoy. Let's dive in. Give me your toy so I can break it. Alright, a little context. I fractured my left wrist about 6 months ago and was finally getting my cast taken off. I'm left-handed, so writing was very difficult. I was in the waiting room with my dad listening for my name to be called. I had recently learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube, so I brought it with me to try and get faster while waiting. Here's the cast. Me, my dad, entitled parent, entitled kid, and nurse. There I was, sitting in a chair just solving my Rubik's Cube listening to music when entitled parent and entitled kid show up. Entitled kid instantly sees the cube and yells, "Gimme now!" No, I go. The entitled parent and the kid sit down next to me. The entitled parent goes, "Let him see the toy." I go, okay. Entitled kid starts turning it over and over, and he can't even solve one side. He gets angry. "This is impossible," he says. Entitled kid practically yeets my cube onto the floor, and it obviously breaks into multiple pieces all over the ground. I facepalm really hard. I go, "Why would you?" I don't even try, I just pick up the pieces. Luckily I know how to put together Rubik's Cubes, so I didn't make a big deal out of it. After fixing it and testing it to see if it works fine, the entitled kid asked for it again. Reluctantly, I decided to give him a second chance. Wrong move. He doesn't even turn it once and throws it onto the floor again. I see the giant smirk on his little face. The waiting was going to be an hour, so I knew this was going to be rough, and I was already getting annoyed. I picked up the pieces, put it back together, test it, and it works fine. He asks if he can have it again, but I reject him this time. Doesn't matter though. He yoinks the cube from me as soon as I put it down and breaks it, for the third time. I'm tired of this. Once I fix it, I ask entitled parent to please ask his child to stop breaking my cube. Entitled parent goes, "Why would I do that? He is a perfect boy." She practically has no idea what just happened because she was just on her phone the whole time. The entitled kid tries to grab my cube again, but this time I push him away ever so softly. He makes it look like I threw him and dramatically falls onto the floor crying. Entitled parent, "How dare you hurt my precious baby? I'm calling the police!" This is when the nurse comes in. She goes, "What's going on here?" Entitled parent, "This child pushed my kid and hurt him." Talking to my dad, "You should be ashamed of your son." And why would I? He is protecting his property and you can't control your child. The nurse escorts the entitled parent and entitled kid. The kid didn't get hurt at all, and the entitled parent was screaming at my dad the whole time. I didn't see them again, I got my wrist checked, it healed great, and I got my cast off. The rest of the day went great. Moral of the story, don't be an idiot like me. Entitled parent tries to make 11-year-old stop being so selfish and pay more attention to my child. Alright, so here's the cast. Entitled mother, me, my mom, my uncle, and cousin. A few years ago, I moved to Germany, which gave me a chance to visit my aunt and uncle, whom I'd never met before. They lived in England, so it wasn't as hard to visit them as when I lived in the States. We took a plane to get from Germany to England for my 11th birthday, so I could meet up with some family I'd never met. We land, grab out stuff, get a rental car, usual post-plane ride stuff. We arrive at entitled mother and uncle's house. Yes, entitled mother is my aunt. Get out of the car and knock on the door. Entitled mother answers the door and invites us inside. They lived in a pretty small house, so entitled mother and uncle set up a tent with an air mattress or two for us in their backyard. We go back to the car to grab our stuff and bring it to the tent. I proceed to lay on the bed as I'm tired from not getting much sleep the previous night. Enter my cousin. Cousin starts bouncing on the bed like there's no tomorrow, and I ask him to please stop. He does not like this one bit. He proceeds to bounce on the bed, but instead of just jumping on the bed, he is now jumping on my back as well. I threaten to grab his parents, and this gets him to stop. About 5 minutes later, entitled mother starts storming over to the tent, getting mad at me, saying, "How dare you not let my angel play? You are our guests, and you need to start acting like it. I'm an adult and family, so you have to listen to what I say. Now play with my son." Me, being the scared little 11-year-old who doesn't like people yelling, gets ready to do what she says when my mom starts storming over yelling at entitled mother. My mom goes, "Nobody, and I mean nobody, tells my child what to do. He is tired from being super excited to meet some new family, and instead of acting like family, you are treating him like you own him." This shuts her up for the day. Fast forward to the next day. I've played with my cousin for about 2 to 3 hours now, and I'm getting pooped, so I enter my zone. That's where I hide in my room or whatever I'm staying in and read a book or play Mario or something. In enters Entitled Mother. Entitled Mother: "Why did you stop playing with my son? He is bored and wants to play." I go, "I'm sorry, Entitled Mother, but I'm pooped. I've been playing with him for hours." Entitled Mother: "I don't care. Play with my son or I will take away your little game device." I was playing Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympic Games. I think it was the 2010 version or something. It was the one with the cool adventure mode. I go, I bought this. If you take it away, my mom will take it right back." Entitled Mother snatches my 3DS XL. And as I had said came to pass, my mom took it right back and got mad at her again. Fast forward the next day. We had also planned a trip to Scotland to meet up with one of my mom's old friends for a week, so we took off and head over there. My mom's friend has a kid 2 years younger than me, but we hit it off right away. This plays a big part in the story. He got me into Pokemon, and we later became best friends. A Scotsman and an American, BFFs. The week passes, and we head back to Entitled Mother's house. We get there, and to my surprise, my grandparents had shown up. We enjoy the night together and then go to bed. The next day, we went to Universal Studios in London and checked out the set of Harry Potter and have a great time. I get a Harry Potter's wand replica. We get home from the trip, and I FaceTime my friend that I had made the previous week. This is where things heat up. Cousin starts getting in my face and messing up my 10 minutes I get that day with my new friend, so I move locations, but he just follows me. I ask him to please leave me alone, and he then does. Halfway through my call, it just hangs up. I try to figure out what happened, and then I realized I had lost internet connection, so I tried to reconnect only the Wi-Fi wasn't showing up. I ask what happens, and Entitled Mother proceeds to say, "I turned off the Wi-Fi. You kids don't need to talk anyways." My mom goes, "What the hell? I promised my son he could talk to insert Scottish name here for a bit, and you agreed." Entitled Mother goes, "Yeah, well, I changed my mind. Now go play with cousin." It was like 11 in the evening, and after the call, I was supposed to go to bed. I proceeded to start going to the tent, only to find out cousin had let all the air out of the air mattresses. I asked my mom to help me to fill them up, and she does. We fill them up, and Entitled Mother comes in saying, "Let my kids sleep here. You can sleep on the couch." My mom goes, "No. They have beds, and you let us stay in these ones. We won't move just because cousin wants to take our beds." Entitled Mother starts to get mad at my mom, but she yelled at her that it's too late to make a commotion, and to just go to sleep. The next morning, we come out of the tents and head inside for breakfast when Entitled Mother says, "Oh, sorry, we ate all the food. You and your..." 4 very hungry kids, ranging from 5 to 11. "Kids can just wait for lunch." That's when my mom has had enough of it. She gets ready to blow up at her when Uncle intervenes. Uncle goes, "What the heck, honey? You're so mad that cousin couldn't sleep in that tiny tent with them that you're going to starve them?" Entitled Mother stares at him blankly. Then my dad shows up. My dad goes, "Nope. I'm done. We are packing our stuff and finding a hotel until our flight in 2 days." Then we left, grabbed breakfast, and stayed at a hotel. Fast forward to now, and Uncle and Entitled Mother are getting a divorce because Entitled Mother was apparently off her meds when she abused my family and proceeded to stay off them and ended up cheating on Uncle. "You owe my son a free gym membership." Okay, some background. I'm a receptionist at a gym. In our area, there are very high levels of obesity-related illnesses, so the council funds some gym memberships, in the hope that they will lose weight and prevent illness. I'm from the UK, so this makes sense cost-wise, as our healthcare is free. It's cheaper to pay for their gym membership than whatever medication or surgery they may end up needing. Obviously, these are only for very overweight people with low incomes. The way these work is, if the patient brings a physical copy of a signed letter from a doctor, rather than a doctor's surgery sending us a scanned copy, we then have to call the practice in question to make sure it's legit. We are forbidden to give them the membership until then. All this is detailed in the form the patient has to fill out. It's around 8:30 p.m. and it's just me at the desk. It's relatively empty, but I'm not the only one here. There are a couple people waiting for lifts, etc. in the lobby. Entitled mother and her son, who looks around 9 or 10 years old, burst through the gym doors. Literally, she shoved it so hard that it swung quite violently. She places a scrunched up heap of papers on my desk. Entitled mother, loudly, "I'm here for the free gym membership." I go, "Okay, that's fine. Do you have the doctor's letter and forms with you?" Entitled mother goes, "Yes, clearly. They're here." Me, who obviously doesn't want to rifle through all of that paper. "Okay, give me a moment." As I try to make sense of the heap of paper that I've been given, entitled son starts whining. Entitled son goes, "She's taking too long. I want to go swimming." Entitled mother, "Can you hurry up a bit?" I go, "Sorry, ma'am. I'm going as fast as I can." I look at her clinical letter and realize that the practice she got it from is closed. It's 8:30 p.m. after all, so I can't call and check if it's legit. I go, "Ma'am, unfortunately because the practice is closed, I can't issue the membership straight away. You'll have it to..." Entitled mother interrupts. "What? This is so stupid. Just give me the membership." I say, "I'm very sorry, but unfortunately I can't give it to you. You can come back and collect your card tomorrow." Entitled mother grungingly, "Fine." I carry on sorting through all the forms, a little shaken at her outburst. I then realize that while she qualifies for a membership, her son does not. They've not brought a form for him or a letter or anything. I go, "Do you have any documents for your son?" "No," she goes. "Then I can't give you a membership." "Why not?" Me explains everything that has definitely already been explained to her. Entitled mother goes, "But he wants to go swimming." I say, I can't let him through. You can buy a 1-day trial pass for him if you want." Entitled son, "Mom, I want to go." Entitled mother goes, "I'm not paying for a friggin' child membership. The doctor said I got a free gym." I say, "Yes, you are, but he isn't. I'm not even sure if that option is available for those under 30. Entitled mother, "Let him through. You're being so cruel. He really wants to go swimming." She's getting louder and louder, and I'm aware of the other customers watching us. Entitled son has literally sunk down to the floor and started crying about wanting to go swimming. Entitled mother, "Look what you've done. You need to give him a free membership right now, or I'll have you fired." I go, "Ma'am, I can call my manager if you want." She goes, "It's his birthday. Just let him through." I say, "Sorry, I can't do that." Entitled mother goes, "Like frick you can't." I call my manager at this point, worried about the other customers, but also scared myself. I'm 18 and not very strong, while she looked about twice my age and 3 times my weight, which sets her off on another rant about me not listening to her. My manager arrives and tries to defuse the situation, but at this point, entitled mother is on a whole new level of angry. She actually ended up shoving my manager and storming out, dragging her son by the arm while he was still semi-collapsed on the floor, leaving all of her personal details with me, the idiot receptionist. Needless to say, she was reported pretty quick. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more content. I'll see you guys in the next video.